All right, welcome back to the Down with Flint Town podcast 2023 style, Ray. We are back.
Back.
Let's go.
How was 2022?
What's that? Oh, man, 2022, let me tell you, that was one of those years where, like, I keep waiting for these years to go good, but it seems like it just kept going up and down. I don't mean to be a downer real quick, but, like, some stuff was good because we were able to get back to normal from the COVID stuff and all that, you know what I mean? But, like, I don't know, man, too many deaths for me, too many people we lost. Like, it just keeps going. End of 2020 was bad. Best friend, Amber passed away. And then early on, my father-in-law passed away. Then my dog, Cornbread, passed away. So I'm like, I know we're getting to that age, so that stuff happens. But, like, I need it to stop. 2023, we need to stop this. How about you, man? What was your 2022 like?
Man, I didn't mean to bring up a sore subject.
It's all right, man. It's okay.
Because there was a lot of loss. Yeah. But when I think of 2022, man, I'm going to think about, weather-wise in the summer.
Yeah.
I think that was the best summer that I've ever had weather-wise.
It was perfect.
It rained when it had to.
Yes.
And we really didn't have, too many, 100-degree, hot humidity days. It was it seemed like 6 days out of the week all summer it was perfect weather, between 80 and 90. Sunshine, blue skies. Now, you know what my highlight of 2022 was?
I want to add this show right here because I love this show, by the way. It was one of the coolest things I did. But what's your highlight of 2020? I know what this is.
If you know what it is, man, what is it?
Oh, dude, it's that wrestling match.
Man, control your narrative, man. My girl right here, Sarah Rowe, man. The Valhalla. Valhalla is here. Dude. That was a time of my life, man, going to that wrestling event. And we had that level of communication going on, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't flirting with her, and it was nothing stupid like that. It was fun to interact with one of my favorite professional athletes from 20 feet away. Yeah. Now you got to think about my position here. I'm a nobody, okay? I'm not like you where I have access to all this professional stuff and you can meet all these people. I'm a nobody. So someone like me to be able to have that, I might be a little more appreciative of it because it doesn't happen to me often.
No, it was pretty.
So that was a time of my life. That'll probably never happen again.
I'm not sure we talked about this on the show before, but let me break it down here again. So Ray's favorite wrestler, Sarah Rowe, right, was down. She was doing this little independent show called Control Your Narrative, and it was at Harpo's down in Detroit, little tiny spot, right? But Ray talked me into going out there, and I'm not big into wrestling anymore, but this guy's passion, this guy's love for this thing made me go, right? So me, him, and D-Sweet, man, we go down there. And of course, we weren't even sure. Ray wasn't even sure Sarah was going to wrestle that day. But sure enough, she comes out, and Ray, he turns into that fifth grader at the IMA watching wrestling back in the day, and just starts. He's yelling for his favorite person, screaming. I mean, it was good. It was just cool to see the kid come out, But it was really cool. And then she started hollering back at him. And that was when it all changed. Everybody in the crowd turned around to Ray because they were having a conversation back and forth in the crowd pretty much. They were shouting back and forth. It was cool.
Yeah, what made it cool though is because we weren't inside of a big, huge, noisy arena.
Right.
We were in a small venue, like you said, Harpo's Music Theater, and it was kind of the crowd was almost like a Japanese crowd. When they watch a sporting event, they're quiet.
Yeah.
And then they'll clap when something good happens. So it's kind of a quiet crowd. So when I was yelling and cheering her on, she was 20 feet from me. So she was, talking back, which was cool. That was fun.
But then after the match, y'all, she takes the mic and starts hollering back at Ray with the mic. It was great, man. Don't underestimate that, dude. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, to see this guy's face light up when that happened, that was cool as hell, man. That's unforgettable stuff, man.
Comic-Con was fun, too. I got to throw that in there.
Yep.
So that was my 2022. Good year. A lot of walking, man. Did a lot of walking, doing some of this.
Yep.
I ain't complaining. I had a grandson this year. Well, last year in January.
Yeah, sure.
Yep. Reese was born a year ago. Good year.
That's awesome, man. Cool, man. I'm glad you brought the positive stuff because, my head went right to that dark stuff, but you're right about that weather and this fun stuff we've done. I mean, it's some cool stuff, man.
Yeah, man. Randy, as I've gotten older, I'm trying to get better at appreciating the things that I have and not getting angry and upset of the things I don't have. You know what I'm saying? Because everything I got, it ain't much. I don't have much, but everything I got, I work for it. It's mine. Mm-hmm. So, hey, man.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, I stay humble, man. I'm getting better at that.
I love it, man.
Getting better at that.
That's great, man. Well, we hope you guys had a good 2022, and this year's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one, right?
Yeah.
So I'm feeling it. Okay, listen, we're going to start today with our roll call. And Ray's been waiting to do this one, man. He wants to do the 70s, 80s, 90s sitcoms, right? Those sitcoms we all came up with. And so we're just going to roll call some of our favorite ones and maybe get into it a little bit. But, okay, Ray, you got to go first on this.
Okay. Of course, I'm going to start with, like, the ones that I watched first. And then after that, we'll just go on and on, just stuff we can name. A lot of people won't agree with me on this one, man. But that's okay, though.
Sure.
Now, look. I like Fred Sanford on Sanford and Son. Okay, I love. Who don't like Sanford and Son?
Best theme
my guy is George Jefferson, man. I'm all about the Jeffersons, man.
There you go. Yep.
I know most people will say Red Fox, and Fred Sanford. Nothing wrong with that because I loved him too. But if I got to choose between the two, man, I'm a George Jefferson guy with that walk and getting mad, hollering at everybody.
Okay.
Before Martin was throwing people out, George Jefferson was throwing people the hell out of there.
Get 'em out of
So
there.
my first one is the Jeffersons, man.
Okay.
George Jefferson.
All right, man. Well, yeah, dude, I love me some. Sanford and Son was the bomb, dude. Just because of that theme song, I can never get that theme song. I think that's my favorite theme song of all time. Bum, bum, burner, burner, burn. I mean, what? Like in that old red truck, that old beat step-side dump truck, man. I want one of those. Hey, if anyone's got a step-side red Sanford and Son, I want that. All right, what you got next, man?
Okay, so we already covered Sanford and Son and the Jeffersons, man, and well, I'm gonna stay in that same time frame, man. Gotta go Good Times, man. Remember the Vice Lords tried to mess with Michael, and Florida was having none of that. She stood up to the Vice Lords.
Let's go. Okay.
And then Mad Dog shot JJ. So yeah, man, Good Times.
Good Times.
Chicago.
All right, listen, this is one. If you were on the Scott house or you were on the east side, you did not go anywhere without this show being on in someone's house. Dude, MASH. MASH, the 4077th, man. I'm telling you, that thing was on every night in my house religiously. Reruns, it didn't matter. You were watching MASH.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if this counts as a sitcom.
Okay.
But The Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Hazzard County. Is that a sitcom?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I liked it because it was different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You had, was it Waylon Jennings that did the narrating?
Yes,
okay.
It was.
You had Waylon Jennings basically like talking throughout the show. And before they went to commercial, that General Lee would always be way in the air. And you didn't know when they came back from commercial if they were going to die or not.
Dude, they would cut it off.
They cut it off. Pause it right there. Cut it off. That was different. So, yeah, man. The Duke boys are Hazzard County.
All right. I'm going to hit you now with the one I used to go to sleep with every night. I had a little black and white TV in my room. And I would fall asleep every night watching Cheers, man. I watched the Cheers. I'm talking about old Coach, Woody Harrelson, like Ted Danson. Cheers, bro. Cheers was my mess right there.
Yeah, man, we just lost Kirstie Alley last year, man. You know what I'm saying?
Just cameo on a Prince album she did.
Now, when you said Sanford and Son was your best intro music, Cheers is actually my favorite intro music.
That's a good song.
Oh, no, second favorite. Later on, I'll tell you my first favorite is because I just thought that's my second favorite intro music. One of my favorite shows, Kevin McHale was on there. They had that Boston thing.
The Boston Connection.
Yep. I think Bobby Orr, showed up on there one time.
Yep.
Man, everybody, yeah, Cheers. I love Cheers.
All right, Norm and Cliff Clavin, man. You can't mess with that. All right, what else you got, man?
Okay. Now, this is my favorite show.
Okay.
And once again, I don't know if this is a sitcom.
It counts.
The Incredible Hulk. With I'm counting that, man.
He had some funny
Count.
parts to it. Yeah.
Bill Bixby and Lou Ferrigno, The Incredible Hulk. Did you watch The Incredible Hulk?
Hell yeah. Pants splitting all up the side.
Yeah.
Man.
Now here's something I knew this back then and it always stuck in my head. If you ever watch an Incredible Hulk episode, if you watch the full hour of it,
Yep.
he turns into the Hulk twice every show. Once at 20 minutes after the hour.
Yeah.
And the last one will be at like 1:45 or 10 minutes to the hour.
Yeah.
I had it down to a science when
You
he
knew
turned
when
into
it
the
was
Hulk.
coming. You
Yeah.
knew when it was coming.
Oh yeah.
They
He get beat up. They beat the hell out of him. Who the hell taught him how to fight, man?
They had those formulas down on those.
They had it down. Yeah.
All right, if you're going to Hulk, I'm going Tuesday nights. Scott House once again, man. French Toast and the A-Team. We watch the A-Team all the time, man. Howlin' Mad Murdoch, man.
What was the first
Mr.
one?
T. What's that?
A-Team. And what was the other one?
No, it was just saying it was 18.
French Toast. What is?
No, French toast is what we ate. Every
Oh.
we ate French toast for dinner and we watched the A-Team. I swear to God, it happened every Tuesday, man. A-Team.
Yeah, okay. If you watch the A-Team, I have a feeling that the X-Files is going to come up later on.
Love me some
Okay.
X-Files, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Not so much a sitcom, but it was.
Well,
a
yeah, I
great
know.
Movie. Yeah,
I know.
Maybe we just big old TV shows. Man.
Okay. Now I'm gonna go straight sitcoms now,
hit
man.
it,
Like,
hit it.
Different Strokes. Okay, the Jacksons, man. Arnold and Willis Jackson.
Yeah.
Now look. I'm not making a joke out of this, okay? Because it's going to sound like I'm joking, but I'm really not because people are dead here, so I'm not going to make a joke. But isn't it ironic how you take Philip Drummond, Kimberly, Arnold, and Willis? Now, Willis was the one back then that did all them hard drugs, man, living that lifestyle, like hard style, did time in prison. And he's the only one alive today out of all of them.
Isn't that crazy?
Gary Coleman's passed, Dana Plato's gone, Conrad Bain is dead, Mrs. Garrett, Adelaide, Pearl, they're all dead.
Yeah, and he's the one.
Dudley, I think Dudley might still be alive. All right.
Okay. Different Strokes, baby.
Park Avenue.
Yeah, Park Avenue. Okay, so what was the one you said, Mrs. Garrett, right?
Yeah.
The one that spun off from that one with the girl.
Facts of Life.
Facts of Life. There you go. You take the good, you take the bad. That's good. Facts of Life, bro. Yeah, that's
Molly Ringwald, like in the early years when they would do when they were dressed as Girl Scouts or whatever.
Yeah.
Molly Ringwald was one of those little Girl Scouts.
Okay.
And then George Clooney was also on there too. Now a lot of people know
I
about.
think Janet Jackson did a couple on the Different Strokes, right? Wasn't she on there for a little bit?
Yes, Charlene. Yeah, she was Charlene on that. That was Willis's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Andrew Dice Clay was on Different Strokes a couple times. Yeah.
Really?
Lance Parrish was on Different Strokes.
No, he wasn't.
It was when the Tigers won the World Series, man. Willis brought Lance Parrish to the house.
Man, they were in New York. What
He's in New York, man. I don't know what he's doing in New York. Probably got playing the Yankees or something. I don't know.
I mean, if you're from Michigan, you know Lance Parrish, but who else knows Lance Parrish?
Willis.
Okay.
Willis was a Tiger fan, I guess.
I would have bet $1,000 if you told me what Tiger was on. I would have lost that. I would never guess Lance Parrish.
Okay, yeah. So there you go. So yeah, I got Different Strokes, and go ahead, man. Your turn.
Okay. Oh man, let's go. I said Family Ties already. Oh, or no, I didn't. Family Ties. That's mine right there. Alex P. Keaton, man. Alex P. Keaton.
See, I was a Stephen Keaton guy, the dad.
Yeah.
I like Stephen Keaton.
Yeah.
When he had that beard. I don't know what you call that kind of comedy. He just had that.
Yep.
He had his own original style, just the facial expressions and the puzzled look.
That dad thing going on, man. Sitcom dads were the bomb, man.
Yeah.
How about Mallory? I'm sorry, man.
Okay, man. Now we got to go Three's Company now.
Oh yes.
Okay, we got to go Three's Company. Now, I love the Ropers. Okay,
Yes.
but man, Furley though.
Mr. Furley, bro.
Ralph Furley. The funniest part on Three's Company is when. Because remember, Jack was supposed to be gay.
Yes.
And remember, like Jack and like Janet, they would be like in the bathroom, like fixing like the shower head or fixing something in there.
Yes.
Furley come walking in the house and he could hear him talking. And then he would stop, and there'd be like that misunderstanding going on. And Jack would say, "No, hold it real tight, then you stick it in."
Yeah.
And Furley, look.
Get that look.
Well, you keep stopping. I keep telling you to go faster, but you keep stopping. Furley's thinking something else, but in actuality, they're like fixing the shower. Then he would start convulsing, man, with that. Furley was funny, man.
Dude, that whole show was funny. That's a good one, man. Three's Company, bro. Okay, I'm gonna hit you with. I'm gonna move up a little bit. I'm gonna hit you with A Married with Children, man. Al Bundy and that crew, Polk High, baby. We sound like Polk High talking about our touchdowns and shit.
Yeah. Now, was you a Stephen Rhodes guy or a Jefferson Darcy guy?
Oh, probably. Ooh,
I like Jefferson myself.
Okay,
I'm a Jefferson Darcy guy myself.
I'm probably with you on that. I'm probably with you.
Because Steve was funny too.
Yeah.
But because he had a Broadway career before he did Married with Children, I could kind of see it.
Okay.
But Jefferson is just funny, man.
Oh, yeah.
He's just funny.
Absolutely, dude.
But yeah, that's a good one.
Okay. All right. Where you at now?
The thumb warmer when he went bowling. Remember Griff, the buddy he worked with at the shoe place, Griff.
They were disgruntled shoe salesmen,
Yeah,
man.
no ma'am.
You can't even make that up. That's real life right there. That's real life.
Okay, now I'm just gonna be roll calling stuff now, man. So let me see. Silver Spoons, man, one of my favorite songs. Okay, Edward Stratton, my favorite TV dad. Edward Stratton. That was the best.
Okay.
If I had to pick my father, man, from the sitcom world, it would either be him or another guy I'm gonna mention later.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Let me see. Trying to think, man.
Eddie's Toys.
I kind of checked out of sitcoms later in my life, so I gotta try to remember.
Okay.
All right, can we count the Simpsons?
Yeah,
Okay,
man.
we
Yeah,
count
that's a
The
cartoon
Simpsons.
sitcom. Yeah.
And I wasn't a huge fan of that, but sometimes you'd watch it and be like, "Oh my god!" Right? Which of course led to South Park and all that other stuff. But yeah.
I never really watched The Simpsons. I did like Back in the day, though, remember people used to wear the T-shirts with the Simpsons on it. Let me see. My buddy, he had a Black Bart shirt.
Okay, Black Bart.
Black Bart Simpson shirt.
Love it, bro. Love it.
Okay, whose turn is it? My turn or your turn?
It's yours, yep.
Okay, everybody's favorite. This ain't my favorite, but I liked it. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
Who was your favorite character on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Ah, dude, I know this is gonna be so obvious, but like, I think it was the Fresh Prince. I don't know. I just loved him. You know what I mean? And I gotta tell you, man, I'm just gonna throw this out there too. Those early records were great, man.
They were.
I put on like the brand new.
You talking about parents just don't understand and all that?
I do. I'm Jazzy Jeff, and I love that stuff, bro. I don't know, man. I know people thought it was corny or whatever, but
well, it kind of had like a. I mean, this was like during the Public Enemy, Eric B and Rakim, but you know, Fresh Prince and DJ Jazzy Jeff kind of had more of a Walt Disney feel to it, but it was good though.
Yeah, they still had some harder songs. I mean, like Charlie Mack, First Out the Limo, stuff like that. I love that stuff. I don't know, you know, but yeah, they weren't my favorite, but I was definitely on that. So. Yeah,
I know a lot of people like that, man. The Cosby Show.
Oh, Cosby Show.
Man, the Huxtables, man.
The Huxtables were money, dude.
The Huxtables. That shirt that Theo had on, that crooked ass, that gold shirt was all crooked and sewed up, all fucked up looking.
All right.
Okay.
All right. I know you're gonna like this one. You loved Martin. I know you talk about Martin.
Oh man.
I love some Martin, man.
That's my second favorite show of all time, man. Okay. Martin. Oh, so you're going with Martin?
I'm just throwing it out there because I knew you talked about it.
Okay. Was you a Martin guy?
I watched a little bit. I didn't watch a lot of it, and I should have. I know I should have.
Martin. Okay. Martin is the show for me to this day. If the marathon is on, I'm watching the rest of it. I don't care what I got to do that day. I don't care if I got to work, if I got to go pay bills. There's gonna be some bills ain't getting paid that month because I'm watching the rest of the Martin marathon the whole day. I got to watch Martin. Okay, Old Man Otis. Okay, you got Mama Payne. Dragonfly Jones, man. Mama Payne was my favorite. Shanae Jenkins, always threatening to throw Pam in the incinerator. You know what I'm saying? Cole with his dumb ass. Tommy, God rest Tommy, man. Tommy's gone. Okay, Martin.
No, I'm just gonna turn this over to you now. I want you to just hit me with or give me that number one. Give me that number one sitcom for you.
Okay, it's kind of a two-way tie. Martin, man, I like Rock. Do you remember Rock?
Yeah.
Charles Dutton, the garbage man.
Dude, yeah.
When I said Edward Stratton was my favorite father, I said no, he's my second favorite. Pop was my favorite. Okay. Pop Emerson, Andrew Emerson was his name on the show. Now, just the way that they diagram the show. Okay, you got Rock, who's a garbage man, penny pinching garbage man. Yep. Reminded me of my dad. Didn't like to spend no money, man, unless he had to. You know what I'm saying? So you had Rock, who was the garbage man. He had Pop living with him, his dad, and his dad was a former Negro Leagues baseball player, on the show. And then you had his beautiful wife Eleanor. You know, she was a nurse. And then you got the little brother Joey, who's rent-free staying, always eating up all the food. You know, Rock's always got to pay all his gambling debts so he don't get killed. Then you had Andre Thompson on there, the drug dealer. Yep. Who was played by Clifton Powell. He played on, Clifton Powell played on, was it Boys in the Hood or, what's the one with O-Dog? Was it Menace to Society? Yep. I think he was on Menace to Society too, right. Clifton Powell. Andre Thompson. Now, I feel about Andre Thompson the way you feel about Victor Duncan.
Okay.
I was scared of Andre Thompson because I thought he was going to kill Rock. I thought he was going to shoot Rock. Because a couple times he came close. Yep. And Rock used to do those live episodes. Did you know that?
Yeah.
I think it was episode 3 on up. They did live episodes.
Rock Live, yep.
And their intro was my favorite intro, man. En Vogue, man. I always had En Vogue on there. And Joey always dated that tall, light-skinned one, man. Okay. Oh, my God.
That's how we're doing it.
Woo. All right. But that was me and my dad's show, man. Me and my dad always watched Rock. We could relate to Rock. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Rock Emerson from Baltimore, man. Baltimore, Maryland, man.
All right. Let's go. All right, give me a couple more, man.
Okay. Then you got what did you see? Ready for the World? Not ready for the world. I'm sorry. A different world. A different world. A different world.
You got too much Flint Town on this show. He thought.
Yeah, that's man. God, that's kind of all I got, man. What was it? Didn't LL Cool J and Carlton, they did a show in the house, I think it was called. In the house, yeah.
It was like 227, and it was like
227, yep. Amen, and then Amen came out. Beverly Hills 90210, Melrose Place, Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell, right there.
Yeah, Saved by. Okay, man, that's all I got.
All right, that's good enough, man. That's a good little run.
But Rock and Martin were my favorites.
Okay, Rock and Martin. I'm feeling you on that, man. I'm feeling you. All right, let's move along, man. Okay, so you want to do the questions first? Let's do that.
Okay.
All right, Ray's going to hit me with a couple questions, and then we're going to start a new segment, which I think you guys are going to like.
Okay. I got 3, but this one's going to be a real quick one.
Okay.
Just real quick. Favorite Karate Kid, the original Karate Kid. Favorite character on the Karate Kid?
Oh, no doubt, man. It was the girlfriend, man. Allie.
Allie with an I.
Allie with an I. That was my girl right there. Yes, Elizabeth Shue. I thought she was hot. I'm just saying. I was in love with her. I was like, Ralph Macchio, how you get that? You look like a 12-year-old, man. You know what I'm saying? Like what? But yeah, that was my one. Who's your?
He didn't have no game either. Like he talked weird.
Zero game. Although his Halloween costume
was shower. There was a shower. Yeah, yeah. That's the best Halloween costume I've ever seen. They had Dan Fouts Chargers jersey on too. Raggedy ass San Diego Chargers jersey, dressed like a shower, shower cap. Got an egg that San Diego chicken threw an egg at his head or shit.
Living down in Reseda. What they don't know.
They
don't know about that.
They don't know about golf and stuff, man.
Golf and stuff, bro.
But no, my favorite was Sensei Kreese, man. I'm a John Kreese guy.
Okay.
I know Miyagi honked his nose and beat him up in the parking lot, but I would have fought for Kreese.
Okay.
If I could turn back the hands of time and do it all over again, I'd have joined that Cobra Kai dojo.
You've been rolling in the skeleton.
Because I always cheer for the bad people. Like when I was younger, I think I still do today. It's because I'm a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
I cheer for the bad people.
Okay.
I cheered for the Cobra Kais. I wanted them to kill Daniel, especially Dutch. I wanted them to kill his little scrawny-looking weird ass from Reseda.
Next episode, Ray's gonna be running around in a skeleton onesie, talking about no mercy.
All right, that was supposed to be our quick question. So much for that.
All right, what else you got, man?
Okay. This is a pen question survey. Pen.
Okay.
Okay, you got to do best to worst like always. Now, you got to listen carefully, okay?
Okay, all right.
You got to choose between a Ryan Sandberg ink pen, customized with his signature on it.
Okay.
Your favorite Sean Penn movie, or staying out of the pen. As in penitentiary.
I gotta rake 'em?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
So you want that ink pen?
Okay.
You trying to stay out of the pen? Or are you trying to rock your favorite Sean Penn movie every day?
All right, listen. Number one, without a doubt, I'm staying out of the pen. A guy like me is getting chewed up in the pen, man. I don't want nothing to do with it, man.
I officially got Randy to denounce the Chicago Cubs. Yes, I told you. I would. Go ahead.
Man, I ain't trying to go in the pen, man. I'm just not. All right. Okay. Then I would take the Ryan Sandberg pen.
Okay.
Number two, but I ain't getting locked up, bro.
Okay.
And then
what's your favorite Sean Penn movie?
You know what? It's probably got to be Colors. You know,
Pac-Man.
Yeah,
okay, Pac-Man.
You got to know that one, right? We talked about Colors on this show before. Yeah, that one probably. You know, Fast Times is good too. But like, yeah, Pac-Man. Yeah. It's Colors. Just because that Ice-T soundtrack. What?
I would probably say Pac-Man too.
Yeah.
Even though they interviewed Don Cheadle and Glenn Plummer. Plummer was the guy who played High Top.
Yeah.
And they was talking about how Sean Penn was during the set.
Yeah.
They said he was the biggest jerk ever in life. They said he was trying to act like a cop off set. He was trying to stay a character, trying to punk us. This was Don Cheadle saying this.
Yeah.
And Glenn Plummer, who's High Top, he in rehearsal, Sean had potatoed him pretty hard a couple times.
Oh.
And he told Sean, he said, all right, he said, that's twice. He said, don't forget later on, we got that scene in the kitchen where I hit you with a frying pan. You remember that? And then Plummer said when it was time to shoot the rehearsal for the fight at the kitchen, they took the frying pan thing out because they knew he was going to knock his ass out with that frying pan.
I'm not a huge Sean Penn guy. I don't mind the guy, but I'm not like, I'm not going all out for him. You know what I mean? But
I take that back.
Movie was good.
My favorite movie with Sean Penn is Carlito's Way.
Okay.
When he was Carlito's lawyer, Kleinfeld, David Kleinfeld. You ever see Carlito's Way?
I've seen that. Yeah.
Kleinfeld, man, that's my favorite Sean Penn gig. Kleinfeld, man, that Richard Simmons hairdo.
All right, that's a good one. All right, but we definitely determined I'm not trying to get locked up.
Okay.
All right,
that's a good thing.
All right, we're gonna move on here. We got another question. We good?
I got one more.
Okay, one more. Let's hit it.
I already know I'm gonna have a different answer than you. I think because of our personalities. You're more of a nice, do the right thing. You love people. I'm kind of the opposite.
Okay, bad guy.
Okay, let's cut to the shit.
All right.
When it comes to animals, okay, wild animals. Yeah. Talking about animals that could like tear you to shreds in a matter of seconds. If you're at Yellowstone Park. Is that the famous park that's in Wyoming? Okay, you're at Yellowstone. You see like bison and mountain cats, and a grizzly walking by. And you know how certain people, I'm not gonna label these people. I'm not gonna put no color on them or nothing. But certain dumb, stupid people will get out of their vehicles, take pictures, get a little too close, and then they end up getting hacked up.
Oh yeah.
Is that a tragedy when that happens, or do they deserve what they got?
Okay, and you can just say it, man. It's some white people, man. You can say this. They get out, they get too close to these animals. I get what you're saying, man. It's the truth.
Why do white people think that every animal is your friend? I love animals.
Yeah.
I watch the Animal Channel all the time. I love animals. I love watching them in their natural habitat. I like watching them play with their cubs. I like how they had to hunt. To survive. I'm talking about stupid people.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about accidents. Like if you were walking with your wife, like walking around neighbor just to get a walk in,
something happens.
And some animal sneaks you from behind. I'm not talking about that. That's a tragedy.
Yeah. I'm
talking about if you're dumb enough, a bison head over there, you get out of your car, you want to go pet that thing, and you get gorfed.
Yeah, no, I'm totally in awe of wilderness and animals, but I ain't trying to do nothing crazy, right? Now, if you're way off in the distance, I'm gonna get out, snap a picture. But if you're right by my car, I'm trying to get out. like that's where I'm at, right? And I like people like, and I'm gonna say this is where I'm gonna turn into the bad guy here, but people like like Steve Irwin and all these guys, right? Like and Siegfried and Roy, dude, right? I'm like, dude, you're messing with tigers, bro. If you get bit in the neck, hey, just saying, it's a tiger.
That's what happened to Roy Horn. Yeah.
And then like Stevie Ray used to pick up those snakes and bother them and stuff. It's like, and they're like, oh, he's trying to teach us. I'm like, no, he ain't. He's trying to get some ratings by picking up a poisonous snake. Like, you're gonna get bit, bro. And what happened? And I get it. I know he had a family and all that stuff, and I'm not. But dude, you were messing with some dangerous animals. Like, and you didn't need to be. We can learn about them different ways. Like. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm not that guy.
I'm going to put you on the spot now. Is it a tragedy or no? A guy gets torn to shreds and gets killed in front of his family because his dumb ass wanted to get out and get too close to a bison. Is it a tragedy or did he deserve what he got?
I mean, it's tragic to his family, but it's a dumb move. Don't do it. It's a dumb move.
He deserved it.
Well, he was yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, man. Like, dude, you're going to do something stupid, man. You're going to literally poke the bear. You might get clawed.
Every time I hear a story or I see a clip of an animal doing something to a stupid person, I always cheer for the animal. And I'm always happy. They got what they deserve.
There you go.
All right.
I'm more of a wussy. I'll be like, oh, I don't want to see that. But I'm like, why you messing with that dog? Why you messing with that animal, right? Like, yeah, I'm with you.
Okay, all right. I'm kind of surprised at that, but hey, good for you.
People are dumb. If they're dumb, call them out.
Okay. All right.
All right. Ray, I'm with you now. Okay, so Ray, if you haven't figured this out already, he's got knowledge about everything.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Only sports that I've played.
It's not just sports.
Like if you like NHL, hockey, horse racing, NASCAR.
It's not just
gymnastics. I don't know nothing about none of that.
It's not just sports. Watch this. This is what we're gonna call what you know about. And I'm gonna throw something at Ray, and I'm gonna say like, Ray, ready? What you know about the state of Ohio?
Ohio?
What you know about Ohio?
You can't come up with something harder?
Nope, that's it. Give it to me. I'm starting you off easy.
Well, obviously, the Ohio State Buckeyes are the kings of that state. They are everything to every citizen in that state. So you got Ohio State Buckeyes. Me being a wrestling fan. Okay, you got Nick Nemeth, who goes by Dolph Ziggler, who wrestled at Kent State. Now, he ain't their all-time leader anymore. His record was broken, but when he graduated from Kent State, which is by Ashtabula, Ohio,
Ashtabula for life.
he was their all-time wins leader in wrestling. Dolph Ziggler, Nick Nemeth is his real name, and he still wrestles too. State of Ohio. I mean, I go there all the time. We're just talking sports or just anything?
What you know about it?
Okay, Canton, Ohio. Okay, the Pro Football Hall of Fame is there. The Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns, the old municipal stadium. Sam Weish used to coach the Bengals, who I used to love. Love Boomer Esiason and Stanley Wilson. I used to do the Icky Shuffle in the mirror at home by myself. Let me see. Then you got the Indians, Jacobs for the Cleveland Indians, Major League. They had Cleveland Indians uniforms on. Okay, don't even get me started on boxing now. Okay, Buster Douglas from Columbus, Ohio. One of my favorite boxers ever, man. The Hawk. The Hawk, man. Oh my God, the infamous Black Bottle beat the hell out of Alexis Arguello. Aaron Pryor is from Cincinnati, Ohio. Okay, the Griffies are from Cincinnati. You know what I'm saying? The Toledo Mud Hens, the Detroit Tigers, man, is from Toledo, Ohio. What else we got in Ohio, man? Ray Rowe. Ray Rowe is from Cleveland, Ohio. From the Get Down Playgrounds of Cleveland, Ohio. Ray Rowe. The Paul brothers, man. His boys, Logan and Jake Paul are from Ohio. Man, the Ohio players, man. You know what I'm saying? The Ohio players are from Ohio. Well, who else we got in Ohio? Now, I didn't know this until I started driving. I never realized how close Cincinnati is to Kentucky, the border. Like,
right across the bridge.
Yeah, like when I'm driving to Louisville, once you pass where the Bengals play, once you pass that field, dude, 30 seconds, you're crossing the Kentucky borderline.
Yep.
So, that's Covington, Kentucky. That's, them in Ohio. They got a little thing. What else do I know about Ohio? I know the NHL, they got that weird hockey team now, the Columbus Blue Jackets. Yeah. Now, are those people, do they cheer for that hockey team or are they still Red Wings fans? Because everybody that grew up in Ohio are fans of the Red Wings because they didn't have a hockey team. Or do they get behind that team now?
I don't know, man. I don't know nothing about hockey.
A lot of my favorite wrestlers are from Ohio. Both of our Heisman winners in our lifetime are from Ohio. Desmond Howard from Cleveland, and you got Chuck Woodson from Fremont, Ohio. You know what I'm saying? Elvis Gerbach was throwing touchdown passes to Desmond Howard at Cleveland St. Mary's High School. They was teammates. Elvis Gerbach, one of the all-time names, man, all of sports.
All right.
You know, we got the huge pipe of Steve Harvey of the original Kings of Comedy is from Glenville, Ohio. You know what I'm saying?
See what I mean? You just went 5 minutes on the state of Ohio and didn't even stop for a second. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Okay. All right. Let me give you one more. Let's see what you can do with this one.
Ohio.
All right. What you know about the New Jersey Nets? What you know about the New Jersey Nets? He's about to puke over coffee.
Oh, my God. First thing I thought about when you said New Jersey Nets is when we was growing up, they were still wearing like the New York Nets ABA jerseys, the stars, the red, white, and blue with the stars on them.
Side, yep.
Now, here's an interesting fact about a New Jersey Net.
See what I'm saying?
A lot of people don't know this. You know how we all know that John Stockton's the all-time assists and steals leader, but the guy who's second in both categories is a New Jersey Net, man. Jason Kidd is second all-time in assists and steals, both. Mm-hmm. Like Stockton is first, Jason Kidd, New Jersey Nets. The Pistons and Nets rivalry in 03-04, that was hot. Okay, I know you was around back then, doing the camera work and all that stuff was hot back then.
Richard Jefferson, man.
Richard Jefferson's the only player that ever played that I hate worse than Scottie Pippen.
Really?
Yeah, I fucking hate Richard Jefferson.
You hate Richard Jefferson?
I can't stand Richard Jefferson. Okay. He runs his dick lickers too much for me, man. Okay, New Jersey Nets, man. We got Sleepy Floyd play there.
Sleepy Floyd.
You know what I'm saying? Joe Barry Carroll was drafted and then traded to the New Jersey Nets. Dr. J, Julius Erving, when they were still called the New York Nets, won 2 ABA championships in 74 and 76. Let me see. Keith Van Horn is a New Jersey Net.
What college?
Utah. The Running Utes. That was back when they were still called the Running Utes. Let me see. New Jersey Nets. Buck Williams. Rookie of the Year. Mm-hmm. Mark Aguirre was drafted number 1 that year. Isaiah was drafted number 2. Buck Williams was in that draft from Maryland. He was drafted by the New Jersey Nets. He won Rookie of the Year. Okay, so you got that New Jersey Net. What else do I know about the New Jersey Nets? The Meadowlands Arena. Shaq broke one of their backboards at New Jersey. You know the infamous clips where he's tearing down the backboards? One of them was at New Jersey. Okay, that was at the Meadowlands Arena. They used to share with the New Jersey Devils back then. The Meadowlands Arena. What else do I know about the New Jersey Nets? One more thing. I mentioned Sleepy Floyd. Well, let me give you an interesting New Jersey Nets. Jason Williams, man, the guy who was he acquitted of murder? Or?
I think he was, yeah.
He was one of my favorite players. You know what I'm saying? He was because he's a workhorse. You know what I'm saying? He was one of those. You know, he was one of those 12 points, 12 rebounds guys. Man, work. He wore the hard hat and took a lunch pail to work. Jason Williams played there. New Jersey. What? Chuck Daly coached Drazen Petrovic, New Jersey.
There you go.
He died in a car accident, man. God rest. That was 30 years ago because he died in '93. Petrovic was on his way, man. The last year he played in the league before he died, he was averaging 24 points a game. They got clips of him talking all kinds of shit to Michael Jordan.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
See, this is what I like about that. I'm going to tell you what. Now, I'm not saying he's better than Michael Jordan. Right. Here's what I like about that. Drazen Petrovic, being from Yugoslavia, Croatia, one of them countries out there. See, they didn't get brainwashed and brought up with all that Michael Jordan is God in tennis shoes and whatever you hear his name, you bow down to him. They didn't grow up with that shit like that. So when he came here and played, he was like, fuck this guy. I'm better than you, man. There's clips of him talking all kinds of ripping him. Yeah. He didn't grow up here in America where they bow down and blow Michael all the time. Giving him the business. Chuck Daly was coaching him at the time. Dennis Rodman headbutted that referee in New Jersey.
There you go.
Remember that?
Who remembers that? Who remembers that happened in New Jersey? This dude does. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, that's okay.
That's pretty good, man.
New Jersey Nets.
You tore up the Nets, man. You went deeper than I thought on that, man. I would have had like 2 things to say about it. You had like 50. All right, man. Okay, let's switch it up again, man. I like that segment. We're going to bring that back. Okay. And before we do our final segment today, man, we did not shout out everybody who commented on our last ones. And listen, this is a good problem to have. We're getting a lot of comments. So keep them coming, man. All you guys watching, all that stuff, it means a ton, man. And we appreciate it. So keep them coming. If you want to suggest some what you know abouts for Ray, give me some. All right? Because we got to hit him with those.
Okay, but we can't do those until we start doing live episodes.
Okay, that's
because I don't want them to think that I was studying this shit
this is
and Googling shit.
Okay, yeah.
I want it live.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? There's got to be live when we do that. What you know about,
and
it's got to be reasonable too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't ask me like what color draws was Michael Jordan wearing in the Eastern Conference Finals in 1990. Okay, don't
know that.
Because there's gonna be stupid people that ask dumb questions like that. Just something within reason.
Okay, yeah, we'll hold off on those because that really is off the cuff stuff. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, man. Now we got to get to, we're a week away now from that Super Bowl, right? So, and I'm so lucky because my Kansas City Chiefs are back again. 3rd time in 4 years, right? So I'm so pumped about the Super Bowl. But we want to talk a little bit about some Super Bowl memories we had coming up, or one of our favorite Super Bowl memories, man. So let's start with you, Ray. So what's the Super Bowl memory you want to start with?
Super Bowl memory. Okay. My Super Bowl memories are always going to be Joe Montana's San Francisco 49ers, okay? Yeah. Because, we grew up in the 80s. And anybody that grew up in the 80s or was watching football in the 80s, we have to have an alternate team because the Lions are worthless every year for the last 100 years.
Terrible.
So living in Michigan, it's only natural to have like an adopted team or just have another favorite team. Like if you go back to the 70s, them old heads, they think the Pittsburgh Steelers walk on water. You know what I'm saying? Which is a cool thing. Which is a cool thing.
Is, yep.
You know what I'm saying? You might have a couple Dallas Cowboys fans out there from the 70s. Okay, then like in our day, we like the '85 Bears. We like the Niners. We like Dan Marino. I mean, we like the Lions too, but they're not going to compete for nothing, so you got to pick another team. So The day that I went to go see I'm Gonna Get You Sucker at the Cortland Center in January of 1989. I'm Gonna Get You Sucker was the day that Joe Montana had that comeback against the Cincinnati Bengals.
Nice.
90 yards to win 20-16 or something like that.
Detroit too, wasn't it? Wasn't that at the Silverdome?
No, I believe that was in California.
That was California? Okay.
Yeah, I think it was at the Rose Bowl. It was in California.
Okay, gotcha.
You're talking about when they played the Bengals,
the first time.
like 8 years prior.
My bad,
when they played Ken Anderson's Bengals.
Yeah. That was the one I was thinking.
Yep.
Okay.
But I watched I'm Gonna Get You Sucker in the movies, and then we saw the Bengals and Niners when Joe Montana had that great comeback. Montana to Rice, man. I
love that, dude.
That's as good as it got for me in football, man.
And I grew up.
The 85 Bears, though, that's the best probably single season team I've ever seen.
Incredible, man. Super Bowl shuffle.
Now, how about this, though? Let me ask you this. In 85, okay, the only team that beat them in the regular season, the Dolphins beat them.
Yep.
Monday Night Football, kicked their ass.
Yeah.
Think about this, Randy. The Dolphins played the Patriots in the AFC title game, man. What if Miami won that game?
That would have been interesting.
Would have been a good Super Bowl. I think the Bears would have got them this time. That'd have been a more competitive Super Bowl.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you're going to slip one in the regular season, but I think that Bears defense would have just tore into them, I think, in the Super Bowl. I think so. That was incredible stuff, man. I got a couple things I want to touch on you said there. So I grew up on Montana Avenue, so Joe Montana was my boy. I always, just because I live in Montana, right? You know what I mean? So I love those San Francisco teams. But, dude, when you dropped I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, we need to spend like 4 hours just talking about that movie, right? I love that movie, man. OG, man, the Over Gold.
Over Gold.
Every good hero needs his theme music, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
Bertie Casey, Bertie Casey.
There's so much funny stuff in that movie, man.
Isaac Hayes was
Chris Rock's appearance, right?
the one rib.
Just one rib, man.
Pour some coke in here for a dime, man.
Fuck the cup, hold him a handful down. All right, man. That might have been his first movie appearance, but I
think so, yeah.
Oh, man, my ribs hurt every time. Speaking of ribs, just one rib.
One rib.
my side hurts every time that movie comes out. I just can't stop laughing. Excuse me. Okay, all right. Super Bowl memories for me, man. All right, obviously Kansas City Chiefs 2019. I couldn't believe it, right? And I remember I was so I knew we were gonna win that game. I knew like I was predicting. I was telling everybody I knew Chiefs by 10, Chiefs by 10, Chiefs by 10. I think they won by 11, even though they were down 10 in the fourth. Right? They came back to win by 11. So I was telling everybody for 2 weeks before that game, Chiefs by 10, Chiefs by 10. Like everybody I could talk to. This year, I'm a little bit worried because Philly's got that antidote, right? They got that pass rush, right, and a running game. So I'm a little, but I think we're gonna do it. We're obviously gonna do it. But boy, I'm a little bit freaked out about this one. But I think we're gonna pull this one off. But anyways, all right. So the Montana Super Bowls are good. The one I remember always sticks out to me is the Arizona Cardinals and Pittsburgh Steelers one. I thought that was one of the greatest games ever.
Great Super Bowl.
Yeah. And I just love that they were going back and forth all game long, and then James Harrison makes that big play, scoots it up, touchdown. You know what I mean? I don't know what it was about that game, but I was just I remember with my boy Tim Ants were watching that thing at his house, and I was just into every play, man. You know, Jerome Bettis, that whole crew, that was good stuff, man. That was really good stuff. I love that game. Yep. So that was my two big ones. Obviously, those Chiefs, boy. But yeah.
I think. Let me see. As far as the most memorable Super Bowl, not necessarily a team that I liked, but when the Patriots played the Atlanta Falcons, when Brady had that big comeback in the third and fourth quarter, what was this? Before he made that comeback,
28-3?
28-3, late in third quarter.
Insane.
So that would be the most memorable.
Yeah.
But I always put Joe Montana on Montana to Roger Craig.
Yeah.
I love those 49ers teams.
Okay, cool. All right, I got one more, man, for me. Dude, the year Seattle just put a whooping on Denver and Peyton Manning. I can't stand Peyton Manning. If you guys know anything about me, he drives me nuts, right? And so when that Seattle defense just annihilated them, I mean annihilated. They scored one garbage touchdown, I think, in the fourth quarter. Got a 2-point. It was 40-something to 8. But they annihilated Peyton Manning, and I was so happy that whole game. I think the first play of the game, they snapped it over his head and ended up being a touchdown or something. I was just yes. I love that. That was one of my favorites too. And that was because I was rooting against somebody. But Yeah, that was one.
Now, since I've been watching, old enough to watch the Super Bowls,
Yeah.
the first Super Bowl that I watched was that Pontiac Silverdome one, San Francisco and Cincinnati.
Yeah.
That's the first one I watched. That was the 81 season.
Yep.
So from 81 up until the present day, I've only missed 2 Super Bowls. There's 2 Super Bowls where I didn't see the game.
Really?
One of the Super Bowls was the one our high school teammate played in, the Ravens and the Giants.
Yeah, I remember that.
I missed that one, and I didn't see when Peyton Manning beat the Bears, when the Colts beat the Bears.
Okay, yeah, that one.
Those only 2 Super Bowls I didn't see because
Okay.
I couldn't watch them.
Couldn't watch those ones? Gotcha. All right, man. I think I've seen pretty much most of them. I don't think I started watching as early as 81, maybe a couple years after that. You know what I mean? That I can remember actually being involved in it. You know, the game was probably on, but I was, 5, 6, 7. I probably wasn't paying too much attention. You know what I mean? But then I'm into it, and everything else has been fun, man. So love me them Super Bowl moments.
Okay, quick one, top of your head.
Sure.
Quick one. Give me another what you know. Just quick one, real quick. Give
Another what
me
you
something
know? Okay.
top of your head.
Okay, let me hit you with. Let me hit you with okay.
Something hard, man.
Something hard? All right, man, I'm thinking something hard real quick. All right, got me on the spot here. All right, what you know about the band AC/DC?
I know Beavis and Butthead wore the shirt. I think it was Butthead wore the AC/DC shirt. I know they got a lightning bolt in between the C and the D. Thunderstruck. I like that song. I like Highway to Hell.
Where are they from?
Washington, D.C. I don't know.
I think they're Australia. I think it's Australia, right?
Are they? I don't
I think
know.
so, yeah. Okay, I think I stumped him.
No, I just named some stuff
Okay, you
about
got some stuff. All right, you got to
AC/DC.
give me 2 more things about AC/DC.
Okay. AC/DC. How many did I give you so far? Like 4 or 5?
4 or
Okay.
5, but you got to hit me with another one.
Okay. Okay. Thunderstruck, Highway to Hell. There was another song I liked by AC/DC. You shook me all night long.
All right, there you
Does
go.
that count as one?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, one more AC/DC thing.
Give me the names of one of the members.
I don't know their
Don't
names.
know?
I don't know their names.
Angus Young, Scott, Brian Johnson. No,
I don't know none of
Okay,
their names.
all right, we're good. All right, I'll let y'all think. You said a hard one, so I thought I'd hit you with some rock. See what you do.
That's all I got for
Okay,
them.
that's good, man. We're good with that. We're good with that. All right, man. Okay. All right. Let's do some shout outs real quick.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna let you go first. So who you got?
Okay, this is on the spot because I didn't prepare for this shout out. So let me see. I'm gonna shout out my Uncle Eddie Soto. Okay, I'm gonna make it real short so because I could talk about him all day, man. Let me see. My mom is the oldest of 11, and my Uncle Eddie, he's right in the middle of the 11. He's number 6 in the lineup. What makes Eddie who he is? Now, obviously, he's got a lot of nieces and now he doesn't have any kids of his own, so obviously he has a lot of nieces and nephews because all the brothers and sisters he has. Eddie was that guy, not just for me. I'm talking about for all his nieces and nephews. He's that guy, and we all know people like this, Randy. When you're little and when you're young, the way he would talk to you and encourage you, he always made you feel like you were like important or you were going to be somebody. It didn't matter if you were if you ended up being college educated or did time in the pen, no pun intended from earlier. It doesn't matter if you're whatever. He calls all his nieces and nephews on the phone, calls them on their birthday. And he still does that now to us. You know what I'm saying? He did that when we were kids and shit. So like the way I talk about my Uncle Eddie, I would bet my life that every single one of my first cousins, when they're around their friends, their circle of people, they all know about Eddie. They all know. All my aunts and uncles are good people. I don't have any bad aunts and uncles, okay? But like I said, Eddie was that guy that would take extra time to call you, check on you. Don't matter what you did or what you are, he made you feel important. And he always made you feel good about yourself, even when you were like super, super young. You always feel better after you talk to him. So my shout out to my Uncle Eddie Soto, my mom's younger brother.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool, man. All right, I got a couple, right? So First one's gonna be my boy Steve Melfi, man. He's going through some stuff right now. His time's coming to an end. We just kind of hope he goes peacefully. But let me tell you about this guy, man. So he was one of those guys too. Kind of like Uncle Eddie, man. He let you be a kid, but he treated you well. You know what I mean? He would listen to you. Right? And he gave you respect, and you got respect at an early age. And that showed you just a little bit different, right? You know what I mean? He wasn't that parent that looked at you as a kid. That was really cool. He would talk to you on a level, and that was good. You know what I mean? So he was always looking out for us, man. He let us be kids, but yet also gave us respect, and that was really cool. So we just hope, Steve, family, everybody, hope it goes as well as it can right now. You know what I mean? So that's one. Steve Melfi, man, really came up big for us, right? Especially when things were very crazy in our neighborhood. There was very crazy moments, but he was kind of a rock for us. So that's pretty cool, man. Yep. And then second shout out I want to do is my boy Tim Eckel. He's going through some medical stuff right now. He's starting to get better, so that's good. But he's got a long fight in front of him. But he's going to be okay. He's going to be all right. He's fighting, hard already. We need you to fight a little bit more. Get going, man. Just pump him up. Let him know we're thinking about him. And
which one's a hard camera? I want to tell Tim something. Right, what am I looking at here?
Right there.
Right in the middle of that mirror-looking thing there?
Right there. That's a teleprompter.
Tim, man, listen. I'm praying for you too, man, okay? Get better. Now, I'm going to tell you this. You do what your doctors tell you to do. Do what your girlfriend, wife, or your male friend over here, Randy, do what they tell you to do and get yourself better. Or else your next fight will be with me. You hear me?
Well, that's a challenge right there.
Yeah. Get yourself well, or else your next fight will be with me. And I'm in shape, too. I'm in better shape than I was 25 years ago.
Ray's going tough on him.
Yeah, get yourself well, okay. Tim ass.
All right, Ray, here's what I want you to do. I want you to think of some AC/DC lyrics real quick while I go do one thing. I'll be right back.
Think of some lyrics?
I don't just do something.
What? I didn't know I was an AC/DC fan. I don't even know what AC/DC stands for. Oh, gee.
Okay, really, I just wanted to do this. Yo, go Chiefs! What up?
Christian
Okoye, baby, let's go! I forgot to have my props ready, so I had to go get it. That's it, man. That's
the Nigerian Nightmare. That was a bad man.
Oh, bad man right there. Let's go. Chiefs, baby. Big win on Sunday. Let's go.
What you know about the Kansas City Chiefs? Somebody put you on the spot.
I know we about to win our second Super Bowl in just a couple years, and Patrick Mahomes is killing it. Let's go, man. Chris Jones is going to be mopping him up, man. I know Jalen Hurts got his thing, right? I'm telling you, our defense is going to step up on a major way. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. Don't be sleeping on this Kansas City defense. We all talk about that all. Don't sleep on this defense. Let's go. Kansas City for the win. Boom.
Okay. Now look, I like the Chiefs and the Eagles.
Yeah.
But two nice, good traditions. You know what I'm saying? Like I said in the car earlier, I'm surprised that this is the first time they've competed in a Super Bowl against each other.
Right.
But I'm up here to be fair and objective, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I've always liked the city of Philadelphia. It's a good sports town. Good ECW wrestling was from Philadelphia.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Dr. J played there. Barkley, my favorite player growing up. You know what I'm saying? The Philadelphia Phillies. Mike Schmidt. You know what I'm saying? Pete Rose, Steve Carlton, McGraw. The Broad Street Bullies, the Philadelphia Flyers. You know what I'm saying? I like Jalen Hurts. I like Patrick Mahomes, too. But since I'm going next year, in April next year, since I'm going to WrestleMania in Philadelphia, going with the Eagles here. I'm going with Jalen Hurts.
Oh, no. Don't do it, Ray. Don't do it, man.
I got to go with Jalen Hurts. I'm a Patrick Mahomes fan, though. And I was a fan of Christian Okoye, Neil Smith, and Derek Thomas back in the day. Kimball Anders, Steve DeBerg. I was a fan of all of them, man. Dante Hall. But... I'm going with the Eagles.
All right. Well, I've been a Chiefs guy forever, man. Since they drafted Percy Snow out of Michigan State. So that's how long I've been a Chiefs guy, man. Since then, and I'm loving it. I went to my first game at Arrowhead a couple weeks ago, the playoff game against the Jags. So that was pretty awesome. I love that squad. It's gonna be fun on Sunday, man.
Arrowhead's right next to where the Royals play. They're right next to each other.
Stadium. Yeah. It's gonna be a fun game. I really, I think I said earlier, I'm a little worried, man, because that Philly pass rush ain't no joke. But we got something for it. We got something for it. Let's go.
Okay.
Andy Reid's cooking it up, boy. He's cooking it up in the kitchen.
Didn't he just set a record? Or
Yeah.
Andy, what? He in a category of his own?
He's getting about 20 categories. I think he's the first one for 10 playoffs in each conference. He took Philly to the Super Bowl.
Man,
He
that's
took Kansas
incredible.
City to the Super Bowl. So just
Think about how amazing that is. What you just said about Andy Reid. Think about this. He's won 10 games, playoff games,
Yeah.
in each conference.
Each conference. Isn't that
Okay.
crazy? Yeah.
I'm gonna go one. Listen, we'll put it in perspective on how great that is. The Detroit Lions, as a team, have won one playoff game in the last 68 years.
Yes.
They have won one playoff game
Yeah.
in the last 68 years.
That's what I'm saying.
And Andy Reid has won 10 in each conference, games in each conference.
Yes. It's insane, man. It's insane. Yeah. And he's slowly creeping up that list of all-time playoff wins, stuff like that, behind Belichick, all those guys.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, man, I love this team. I like what they're about. I love, man, Kelsey, the defense, the rookies we got our D-backs this year just coming through. Like, I just love the whole team. Bolton in the middle, man. We got a good team, man. Offensive line, Creed Hunt. Let's go. Let's go. I need this win. We need that second ring. We get that second ring, people start looking at you a little bit differently. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
All right, man. Good episode, bro.
Yeah, good episode.
All right, thanks, everybody, for watching. We're going to be back soon. We're going to hit you with some more stuff, man. So keep watching. Keep the comments coming. Let's go, Chiefs.